in this video I'm going to be doing a pumpkin design, and I'm going to be carving it out into a pattern design of my artwork, because you know that I make different art pieces that is available to buy on Etsy if you want to go and check them out. And as well, follow me on my social media, that is on Instagram and on Facebook, so it's Razzle Art. So basically I'm going to use printed out some of my designs, and I'm going to put them onto the pumpkin. So I've got my fairy one, the crow one, and scorpion. And I'm going to do a massive, oh not that one, decide not that one, wolf one, like my design of the wolf over the moon. So I'm going to show you how I made them designs first of all. And then I'm going to start carving out this beautiful pumpkin, and I'm going to put a candle inside of it, and it's going to shine through, and hopefully it's going to look fabulous. Things always change as they go along, as you know, with my artwork, and I just go with it. So this is going to be my pumpkin design this year. Each year I do a different kind of design, and I have got them all on my channel, so go and check them out if you want to see what other designs I do. Normally they're like mystical and fairy-like, or yeah, once I did a fairy over a moon. I just try and like keep it quite mystical normally. Or a fairy house, of course. I think I did a fairy house last year. So yeah, this year I'm going to be trying to base it around my artwork and carving it onto this pumpkin. So I hope it'll be fabulous, and give it a go, and let's get going. So first of all, we are going to cut this bit out and take all the insides out. You don't need them, but you might want to keep the pumpkin actual seeds because you can cook them, or if you want to make something out of the actual flesh of the inside. Flesh sounds really gross, but I mean the inside of the pumpkin, some people make really cool like different cooking things and roast it and stuff, but I do eat the pumpkin seeds and put them in the oven and roast them, and they're really yummy. So I'm going to chop all this bit out and take all the insides out, and then we can carve into it. Oh, all that in there. Oh, it smells nice. So I'll chop that bit off. This is really like nice carving pumpkin. I don't think this is going to take too long to actually take apart. Oh, that was really quick. I know it takes forever to get all the stuff out. I'll show you the size. Or I'm just becoming a pro. Don't think so. So now we have got the pumpkin's insides are all out, and we've got the actual insides. You can make a little potion up. So you've got the little pumpkin seeds in here as well, what you can eat when you put them in the oven. It smells really fresh. So now we can get ready to do our carving. The big piece of this, I'm going to try and do the wolf, and I'm going to try and put some of these little details on there as well. But we're just going to see how it goes basically. So for this, as you can see, I printed out a print of my artwork, and I'm going to put it on here and then carve it out. She says like it's simple as anything. You want to make sure it's really clean, your pumpkin. Well, this one is anyway, but if you're getting it from a pumpkin patch, sometimes they are a bit grubby, so you want to like clean it up a little bit. Find the best area that you want to draw into. I mean, I've gone a bit crooked at how I cut it out. When you cut this out, make sure you put it at an angle, because when you want the top to go back on, you want to make sure that it doesn't slide through. So you want to make sure it's at an angle so it's easy to get on and off. I probably will take a bit more of that off the top though, to be honest. I'm trying not to get pumpkin stuff. As you can see, I've got it on a tray as well, so I'm not getting it everywhere, because sometimes when you do this kind of thing, you do get it a bit everywhere. I'm trying to think what bit is the best bit to, I suppose it doesn't really matter. Probably this is the biggest area, would I say? So hopefully this is going to just fit on here. Because what I'm planning to do is cut out the moon and keep the werewolf as the pumpkin. So hopefully this will work. I've done it a bit too big, I think. I have to move it down slightly. Otherwise the moon will not get seen. Yeah, it's working. It's okay. So we're going to draw around the moon. I might have to make the moon a bit smaller, because otherwise I'm going to end up having not much actual pumpkin at the top to hold it all together. I draw on here, then I can see whereabouts it is. I mean, I'm going to cut this out anyway, so it doesn't particularly matter. Okay, so then I just carry on around the other side of the moon. Then I draw in the wolf. I mean, I'm going to carve in, I think, some details of the wolf, because it's going to be quite hard to actually think it's a wolf, I think, by just the carving, I think, anyway. I mean, I'm going to try and make his fur quite jagged as well, maybe. So that's basically it so far. I don't even know if you can see that. I mean, it's really rough drawing of the wolf and the moon. And then I'm going to add in the details as I'm doing it, I think. It's howling. Because this artwork that I did, where I got this piece from, is representing, of course, a werewolf, but as well I was seeing it as, you know, when you transformation into, like when you have a spiritual awakening and you transform into a different kind of new, like you develop and your spiritual awakening, so you transform into a new you as well. I saw it as that. So I'm going to cut out the moon, and then I'm going to cut around the wolf. Always be careful when you do this kind of stuff. I know you can get pumpkin kits and stuff, but I always do just use a knife, to be honest with you. But of course, just be really careful, because it looks like I'm just stabbing at. Okay, so that's that bit. Now I'm going to try and cut around the wolf. Oh goodness, this is going to be tricky, I think. Oh, look how thick that is. Okay, so now we have done the werewolf. I'll show you. If you guys can see it there. There he is. So this is the artwork that I based it on, and this is the werewolf here. I will show you at the end when it's all lit up and stuff, because it looks probably a lot more cooler then, to be honest, because you can't really see it completely in its full glory when it's like this. So I tried to add some different hair technique and using the knife to carve into it. So next I'm going to try and put some of these details onto the pumpkin, like I was saying I was going to do. So I'm just going to put them randomly wherever I think it'll look cool, I think. So this is my design number 2, as you can see, and this is the art piece that I represented it on, and it's called The Crow. As you can see, there's a crow on the bird, on like a branch thing, and I've done it like so, it's coming out of the pumpkin. Hopefully you can see what I mean anyway. So yeah, this is the art piece that I've represented it on. So you've got the wolf, the crow, and then I'm going to try and do either one more or 2 more, I'm not sure yet. So I've done the final one, and it is the fairy. So this is the artwork, what it represents. As you can see, it's fairy and the toadstool, and I've done it the same design as the bird with jagged edges, and then obviously the fairy being in the pumpkin. So hopefully it'll shine through when I light it up. So you've got the wolf, the crow, and the fairy. So I'm going to light it up and show you guys what it looks like. If you've done your own designs and stuff, do let me know. And if you made a video, do put in the comment box the link to the video, because it's always cool to see what you guys have been doing. If you haven't already followed me on my social media, that is Facebook and Instagram, that's Razzdazzle them art, and each time I do a new art piece, I upload it on the Instagram and on Facebook. So I'm going to light this up and show you guys what it looks like. And remember to subscribe to my channel, be involved in the art community. Hopefully this will look fabulous. So as you can see, this is the wolf. It would be like the wolf looking over the moon. Like with my artwork, a human transforming into the wolf. But like I was saying, it's like meant to be like spiritual awakening. Kind of can see the shape. And this one is the fairy. As you can see. And so I like my artwork again. And of course it represents mystical things. And this one is the crow. I just thought it looks really cool. Basically. And Halloween stuff and crows are creepy. And I want it to be a bit more abstract than just bats and things. Yeah, so I think it worked really well. It looks really cool when it's shining around the room as well. So like I say, let me know what kind of designs you've made. And I hope you enjoy your spooktacular Halloween.